Family, what's happening? As you can see, my wrap is not looking too good on my motorcycle here, but that's all right. We're going to get it looking right. I'm going to give y'all some tips and tricks for beginners when it comes to wrapping a motorcycle. So first, let's talk about what went wrong with this wrap. Prep is the number one reason this is looking as bad as it is. Now, before we dive into that, let me give you the best tip I can give you when it comes to wrapping a motorcycle. I highly recommend that you do it in multiple pieces and in multiple colors. I say multiple colors because it'll hide seams a little better if you're doing two pieces. Later on in this video, you'll see I'm wrapping this again in red. I'm out of black, but it doesn't look that clean, especially when you look up close because that line is much more noticeable. Now, when it's two different colors, it's okay that you have that seam there, and I think it looks just a little bit cleaner than if you do the same colors. Now, why I say prep was an issue, you see I have my black vinyl is lifting. Now, actually, this is the second time I did this in black. I made a mistake of resting my gas tank on it at a track day and I scratched it up pretty bad and it was looking terrible. And it was also lifting. So gas has been getting under there, oils and all that. I didn't do a good job cleaning it when I laid the black down for the second time. Now you might notice I have multiple pieces of black in here and it looks terrible. When I originally designed this, I wanted to have a yellow stripe going down the center, but it didn't look good. So I took that yellow stripe up and laid another black down. That's why there's multiple pieces of black. Now for these fingers, we'll touch more on this a little later on, but what went wrong here is I didn't have the film relaxed enough before I cut it. So after the cut, the film relaxed back and it shrunk up a little bit and it caused these fingers. So here's one of the benefits of vinyl wrap over paint. It's temporary and it's pretty quick and easy to fix. This is another reason why I recommend wrapping in multiple pieces because it'll require less effort and material if you decide you need to repair something later. So removing vinyl wrap is extremely easy. You apply a little bit of heat and it'll peel straight up. Now, if you had a bad clear coat or a bad primer job or anything like that, a bad starting base, it's possible that your vinyl will tear some of that up and then more prep work will be needed. But I have Armor body fairings here and they are known for their quality. And this is the second wrap job I've done on this set of fairings and they've held up great. Right here, I'm cleaning the area thoroughly with some rubbing alcohol, trying to degrease it as much as I can. And if you notice and you look at my hands, my big ass cheek slappers, you notice that ashy as can be. I highly recommend you de-oil your skin with some Dawn's dish soap, wash them real well because the oil in your skin will interfere with your wrap's bonding properties. Hold on, let me get real scientific for you. Your integumentary system has what are known as sebaceous glands, and these glands will produce oils and different sweats that will interfere with the glue that is part of your vinyl wrap system. So in order to prohibit the oil from inhibiting the adhesion properties, make sure that you use a degreaser to rid yourself of as much oils as you can healthily. And we call that their code switching. Back to the business, baby. Yes, we are going to clean this up as best as we can. I'm also going to lift my gas tank cover up to clean that hole real well because we're going to actually apply vinyl wrap there. If you look back earlier, previous time I just cut the circle out. This time I'm going to wrap fully in there even though I don't necessarily need to. I got 1 weekend left to ride this year and I want the bike looking right, and plus I'm not vinyl wrapping the bike again. This off season we're going to be doing our first paint job and I have some extra vinyl wrap left over and I haven't really made a full vinyl wrap tip video as I'm doing today. Now getting into laying knifeless tape. Usually when I do wrap jobs, as you can see, it's tape right in the center, there's a line, and then there's more tape. I usually get that first line of tape right to the edge of the initial layer. And that just makes that lip of the first layer of vinyl closer to the cut. And I think that helps it look a little cleaner. I'm not really trying to make this look perfect. And plus I wanted to show y'all what it looks like if you're staggered pretty far off of the original layer. And then over here, I did it nice and close. And after I do this, I'm gonna come in here with a tack cloth as well because paper towels, they do not clean very well because they leave behind paper fragments. So we're gonna use a tack cloth, which is a cloth that has a little bit of some adhesive stuff on it that'll help grab lint. When you measure out the size that you need, I like to give at least 1 inch extra in each direction. Sometimes even 2 extras. As you can see, this tank has a nice little recess, so you have to account for that material as well. One thing to take note of is vinyl is directional. There are different pearls and pigments in it, and depending on which way you're looking at it and which way light is hitting, it can make it look different. As you can see, there's an arrow on the backing of the vinyl showing you which direction it goes. Now, I might have made a mistake here, but I thought I wrapped everything forward. It's not necessarily looking like the same color, so I flipped it 90 degrees to see if it goes that way, and that doesn't look right either. The vinyl that's on the bike has been in the sun and has had so many different products on it already, it might have changed the color of it a little bit. If I were really trying to keep this wrap, I would have kept rotating it to see if any orientation looks a little better. Now this tank cover is going to present two different challenges. One is the hole for the gas cap and the other is the recess. Most of the time you want to be able to feed material into a recess instead of stretching material. But also at the same time, over a big hole like we have here, you want that to be as flat as possible. You don't want a lot of film bunched in there either, because then it becomes challenging to wrap outside of that area. I'm going to start with the hole for two reasons. The hole is a big area, and also that's a wider area compared to the recess area. Now I'm trying not to stretch very much, and you'll see I'm working in small sections at a time, trying not to create too much stress for this film. Vinyl wrap is something that you're going to have a lot of patience with. And for me, it's something that I enjoy. I enjoy the process of taking something and completely transforming it and watching it just transform in front of your eyes, especially when you work with cool materials like this KPMF matte ice titanium or whatever the color is. So if you don't have the patience for this kind of thing, I suggest you just go ahead and go straight to painting. Right here, I'm trying to prevent fingering like we had with the initial layer. And to prevent that, I'm wrapping far outside that cut line because, as I said, you want that film to be as relaxed as possible before you make the cut. Now, had this been something I really wanted to repair, I would have cut those fingers out before laying the vinyl on top of it, so that way we have a flatter surface. And also I wanted to show you that you can't just wrap over imperfections. They're going to show up. So the fingers that I'm going to wrap over, they're going to still be there and they're going to look hideous. Now when it comes to starting your knifeless tape, what you do is you fold it over in half pretty much, and you pinch it right where that crease is in half. And then you give it a quick pull, and that'll pop the string through the tape. And then you just run that tape line all the way through your cut. After you've cut it and removed your vinyl, technically there's going to be two pieces of tape in the string that you need to remove. After you remove that tape from the layer that you're keeping, make sure you want to smooth that down. There's been times where I forgot to smooth it down, and then the vinyl kind of moves on you. So lay it back down, heat it up, try to make sure it stays in place. Now when we get to this hole, I make a terrible mistake of only doing 4 relief cuts. This really needs at least 8 relief cuts. They relieve tension, so that way you can wrap everything and fold everything under. So that's all this is. I cut it a few times, heat it, stretch it, and pull it back down and under. Now if you notice here from afar, you know the 5-foot test, it passes. But when you look up close, you can kind of notice that this is a different color. Now again, I'm not sure if it's because I laid it in the wrong direction or if it's just the age in the sun that the rest of the wrap has already received. Another thing to note of, when I say I want to break it up into separate pieces, I use the body lines to help determine what should be what color or what should be a separate piece. This also helps hide those seam lines because your eye is seeing an edge anyway, so it doesn't necessarily attract the attention of a whole new piece of vinyl. But other than that, I hope y'all found something helpful in this video. If you did, please comment, share it with your homies, share it with yourself for future reference. Other than that, man, y'all stay blessed. Don't be too stressed. Master Yoshi out. Peace.